I want to go back to your University of Virginia Miller Center speech, which is...
It's a gem, isn't it?
long. It's a classic.
I mean, I hate to make this sound like a commercial, but that's why I am new, because I'm a new member of the Miller Center. But the Miller Center at the University of Virginia, where we are, as you and I are speaking, that's what it does, is try to encourage and facilitate civil discourse that breaks through the partisanship to get to solutions.
Are you kidding me? This is such an honor for me to be here and to have all of you come here today. And this is not pandering. This is an incredible place in an incredible state. Virginia is, and I'll tell you what, if I get elected president, can we come and do this again? I will come back. Would you accept that?
We are blessed to live in the greatest nation in the world. The presidents play a small portion, maybe in shaping what our country is. And I think the Miller Center is one of the ways through which you can correlate with past and future presidents and the past and future of our great country.
Just a shout out to the Miller Center at UVA, which, having just spent a lot of time with the Johnson tapes, they have done such a fabulous job with presidential recordings, not just the audio, but also all the transcripts. And the great thing about the transcripts is, particularly on the Johnson ones, you can read them, and they deliver entertainment just on their own basis.
The Miller Center has always understood and respected the goal of public service. That shows in the center's scholarly work, like the patient, ongoing project to chronicle the story of my administration. Your scholars also add the human side that those papers can never capture. For my presidency and for others, the Miller Center is a place that gets history and preserves it for future generations.
The Miller Center is doing this incredibly important scholarship in the area of oral histories, for sure, but all over the place, that is not being done by the professors. And for people like me, it's incredibly important, but also for all of us, it's incredibly important. This is an essential institution, and although we think we know the story, we don't. History endlessly reveals more. It's a peeling an onion that there's always another layer. And the Miller Center is leading that effort to find out what really makes us tick. And why is it important? Because things don't change. These crises do repeat themselves. History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes, as somebody said.
First, thank you for having me, and thank you to the Miller Center. Obviously, as an alumnus, I'm very proud to be here, and thank you for the audience's support and partnership with the Miller Center. It's very beneficial to public discourse and to those of us in the White House.
In one place, the Miller Center brings together scholarship, programs, and bipartisan national commissions to inform public officials and citizens about the way our democracy works. I can't think of a more valuable intellectual enterprise.
And I should say, too, I think every historian aspires to be able to speak at the Miller Center. I've known many colleagues and friends who have.
The Miller Center is very key to this discussion and has been critical to my own thinking about the topic. And since I'm one of only 2 senators that serve on both the Armed Services and the Foreign Relations Committee, the War Committee and the Diplomacy Committee, I have been able to use the research that's been done here at the Miller Center to really develop an expertise in the Senate, where I'm sort of the go-to person on the right roles of Congress and the Congress and the executive on war, peace, and diplomacy.
The Miller Center is developing into a wonderful resource for the University of Virginia and for our entire country. I commend you for your scholarship. I thank you for your leadership. I praise you for your service to our country.
You know, we live in a time in which so many institutions in American life are collapsing, and when there's lack of public trust. And some of that is warranted because a lot of institutions have failed. But the Miller Center is a place of institutional excellence. And that's one of the reasons I keep coming back here, showing up.
The new president, whoever she or he may be, has invited you to the White House and said, "You're retired now, Jim. You can tell me what you really think. You know, what's the one piece of counsel I most need to hear from Jim LEHRER as I begin this next presidency?" What would you say?
I would say, Mr. President or Madam President, the first thing you must do is call the Miller Center.